Ciao, everyone. My name is David Keplinger. I am speaking to you from my office in Washington, D.C., which is in my home. We are here in the midst of social distancing and self-isolation, and I've been asked by the press to put a few poems up on the blog, which I'm so happy to do. Behind me, you might see that I have some Italian posters from some excellent movies that made it to Italy back in the 60s, Vertigo and Clockwork Orange. I am so lucky to be associated with the press. About 2 years ago, an anthology was put out with the title of one of my books as the title of the anthology. It's The Most Natural Thing, and a number of my poems were included there. This poem was not included in the anthology, but it is about Rome, a place that's very near and dear to me. And it comes from my 2018 book, Another City. And this poem is called Empire Discourse. When he was old, my father traveled back to Rome, though 40 years had passed. With my mother, he sipped red wine out in the sun along the Via Appia when he thought he saw me wave at him from somewhere up ahead and turn away. It wasn't me. I was in another city, I'd tell him. But for the remainder of my father's life, he would insist on this story until I started to imagine how far I'd be by now. That road a continuous grave, the broken open tombs and catacombs, the turreted Aurelian walls, my father always coming to the end by saying, "You must have had some place to get to, so I let you go." And this second poem comes from the anthology and from my collection, The Most Natural Thing. It's called Removal. It's the last poem in the book. Removal. To feel each branching outward part. I don't feel each part, though I've prayed to hear the small breath of my cells at Wet Mountain. The aspen grove sends messages in leaf code to his heart, a clutch of roots. Mildew zones out in the provinces. Burn up, the yellow aspen says, which is another way of saying remember who you are, as you move in your beautiful, arched upward body, believing yourself to be your own kingdom, believing yourself to be only yourself, instead of the land. Thank you all, and wishing you well from Washington, D.C.